This is northern Kenya. It's a very dry area in Kenya. Northern Kenya is a vast area which is bare with very little vegetation, just scattered trees. Most of the ground is bare, even there is no grass, and the trees are short and stunted because of the harsh environmental conditions. Northern Kenya, however, is a place that is home to some livelihood opportunities. There are people who live here and they do various things. Because of its dryness, the environment is very fragile and therefore it is prone to quick destruction, maybe through cutting down of trees for firewood or for charcoal. In northern Kenya, we also have hills, but in most cases they are bare because of the harsh environmental conditions. Of course, interspersed with the vegetation, the, 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 the shrubs. They are not all trees in northern Kenya, in most of northern Kenya, just shrubs. But the hills are just bare. But there is some settlements in certain places, such as here under the hill. This is where the pastoralists live. You can find some patches of water, and this is very important for irrigation, for watering of the animals, for riverine farming, even for drinking by the communities. But it isn't a lot, it's just a little amount of water. Most of the land is just bare with nothing. You can find some local crops that look like ridges, and one characteristic feature of northern Kenya is that some places have more plants than other places. Some places are more bushy than others. And these trees are very important. They provide the community with firewood. It's a source of medicinal plants. That's where they get their medicines. They get wild fruits. Some of them go to the extreme of burning charcoal from these trees. And this is where some of the animals, the browsers, they feed on these trees. And so the trees are therefore very important. The acacia trees is a source of gum arabica, which generates a lot of money for the community. Some beehives are kept here. They use the trees for building their houses. Besides that, they also engage in other livelihood options, such as camels are very important, keeping of livestock, which include the camels, and even the goats, the cows. And what is unique in northern Kenya is that the ratio of the three types of livestock, that's the camel, the cow, and even the goats, you find that at different places the numbers vary. So some places have a preference for camels, mainly because of their resilience, and other places they favor the cows, especially where productivity is high. And then some other places they only favor the goats because of also their levels of resilience. But camels are preferred. In the same area, we also find Lake Turkana, which is a very important natural resource in the area. It supports fishing. Fishing is a very important human activity. But of course, uh, when the fishermen get the fish, they need to be assured of a market for their fish. But in Lake Turkana, we have a problem because not all the fish gets into the market, and some of it is thrown onto the beaches as waste because they cannot reach the market. And this is loss of money, big fish, which cannot get to the market. And so this is a major problem in the area. It mm, it it means that not all the fish are able to get to the market, and so they get less money. The goats is an important livelihood option in the area, and this area we also keep a lot of goats. The pastoralists keep a lot of goats, and definitely with the many goats, there is likelihood of overgrazing, and the water bodies in the area are very important for survival of the goats. You can say River Dawa in Mandela, where the herdsmen and women take their sheep during the day for drinking water. And so you can see the economy here, the paradigm here is in favor of the goats and the sheep, and not the camels and the cows. And you can see firewood here for sale, transported by donkeys. This is favored by women. And so the trees have been cut down even to make charcoal. And you can see how scattered the trees are and how long it takes, and then they burn the charcoal. So it's a big problem. In some places, the pastoralists have ventured into planting some crops like aloe vera, which is used for making soap and shampoos. And so this is a popular activity, and some of the members of the community have even ventured into processing the aloe vera. This is a women group from Turkana, and they produce products called a chuchuka, and they even have a machine to squeeze out the juice from aloe vera, and they do all this by themselves. And so we have products made in Kenya. You can see they have sold some of it to the visitors who visited them. And we are told that these are ladies who have been widowed. Their husbands have been killed during cattle raids, and having no goods, they have ventured into aloe vera farming and processing and sale to make money. So they package the soap that they produce for the shops and the supermarkets, and this is a source of livelihood for this community. And so this is therefore a very important livelihood. You can see the product in the supermarket, chuchuka, and if this is promoted, it can help to alleviate poverty in the region. Where there is water, it also attracts a lot of farming along the river, the riverbeds. There is a lot of farming of maize and other crops. In those areas that are very productive, cattle are there, irrigation is there, and so you can see some big patches of land that have been farmed, crops have been planted, and tunnels have been constructed to deliver the water to where the food is grown. Tilling is done and planting has been done. And the government has really invested in canalization to deliver the water to the community so that they can be able to grow crops and hence adapt to climate change. Cattle is a very important livelihood option in those more productive areas, and this is characteristic of this area. It's not like the other area where you have the goats, the camel. So you can see the farmers getting from the farms with their hoes and jembes and also firewood. Energy is a major issue in this area. Water, big problem. And so you go to the farm, get back with firewood and grazing. And because of insecurity, you can see guns with villages, and we also have a problem of guns in the long hunt. And donkeys are preferred for transportation of goods from one area to another. And so, northern Kenya, therefore, is a very unique area.